I'm Ray. Welcome to Velveteen Habit. Today, I'm going to use one of the Cloud Lab lip clays from the Sandcastle collection from Kaleidos, as well as the Kaleidos Flower Punk Eyeshadow Palette to create this look in 15 minutes. So if you're interested in seeing a full face in 15 minutes using the Kaleidos Flower Punk Collection, keep on watching. Diving right in, I'm gonna start with my Hydromaniac foundation from Urban Decay. Just gonna kind of squirt it out on the face, and then I'm going to grab my BK Beauty 101 and blend it out over the face. My skin is not great today. I keep accidentally falling asleep in my makeup. Not every night, but I used to never let that happen. And it did happen last night. And I hate when that happens. And I should have used a pimple patch. Okay, so getting down that coverage over the whole face. I love this level of coverage for a quick everyday look. It's kind of a medium amount of coverage. And then what I'll do is add a tiny bit more of the product just in areas where I need a little more coverage, right? And then areas like up here where I need a lot of coverage, I'm gonna wait a minute and I'll do that with my concealer. All right, and I'm going to go in with the Kosas concealer into the areas where I need a little more coverage. So under the eye, I always want to get in the corners of the eyes because we want to make sure we brighten that up. I'm going to do a bit on my nose. Definitely I'm going to get that little red spot right there. We don't want that. And some down here. I like to get the corners of my mouth as well. All right, and then I'm gonna just continue with that same brush, just blending it in, so gently patting it into the skin. And the shape of this brush makes it that I can get up underneath my eye, so I don't have to switch to a smaller brush. Right, so sometimes you can use a big brush and just kind of change kind of how you use it, the angle that you're using it to get into tight spots. All right, and just gently patting out the concealer on the forehead. All right. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into my Salt New York palette. And I'm going to start with my e.l.f. small stipple brush and going into the contour color. So this is their contour shade. And I'm gonna put the contour shade underneath my cheekbone and pulling back into the hairline. Just to sculpt out that cheekbone a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Right, obviously I don't have a ton of time this morning, so I don't want to spend forever on contour, but I can kind of quickly get down a little bit, just giving a little bit of shape to the face without spending too much time on it. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to go back to the original brush I was using, and I'm gonna go into the light shade of bronzer from them and just put a bit of bronzer on the cheekbones and the forehead. And then I am going to do a gold eye look. So I'm gonna dip into this color, which is one of their highlights, but it's like a bronzy highlight. On me it's bronzy. All right, so putting some of that onto the cheeks to give the skin kind of a bronzed glow. And then I'm gonna go into this highlight color. Gonna put a little bit of the highlight right on the tops of the cheekbones. I'm also gonna touch a bit of the highlight to my Cupid's bow and just down the center of the face, a little here, you know, wherever I want a little glow. I'm gonna stick a little bit in the inner corners of my eyes. And touch my brow bone. All right, and then I need a little bit of blush. I'm gonna go with Spice. Just to putting it like where I want it with this small stipple brush from e.l.f. And then I'm gonna grab my foundation brush and gently pat that in so that it really blends into everything else. So you can't see exactly where I put each product, but we have that completed look. All right, so moving on. What I'm gonna do next is make sure there's no wrinkles under my eyes. And I'm going to press some loose powder under the eyes. And then I'm going to grab a big fluffy brush and dust this loose powder everywhere. And this is kind of a more glowy loose powder. So what I'm gonna do next, now that I've kind of coated the face with that one, is go into the places where I tend to get a little bit shiny with my Peach Perfect powder, because this one's a bit more mattifying. So I'm gonna go into that. All right, so just through the T-zone, a bit of that. Okay. Complexion is done. Moving on. And I'm gonna do the lips next because I need to use each lippie was my challenge to myself. And so I can't like change my mind about the lipstick at the end. Usually lipstick is kind of what I do last and then I tweak it if I don't like it. I think I'm gonna stick with my theme of being scared. I'm gonna dive into a color that I'm not sure is meant for me because Kaleidos only sold these lip clays in collections. So I ended up with colors that like I wouldn't have picked. So this is one of those. It's kind of a neutral warm color. So what I'm doing right now is just lining the lips and kind of filling them in as well with my Persona Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Almond. Just following the edge of that natural lip line. Okay, now we're gonna dive into this color. Let's see. So this one is called Terra. It's just warmer than I usually would pick for myself. Okay, it doesn't look bad at all. This is not nearly as scary as the blue lips I wore yesterday. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just grab that lip liner one more time. I'm just cleaning up any edges. There we go. And moving on to the eyes. So of course we are using the Kaleidos Flower Punk Eyeshadow Palette. And I really want to use this gold color today. It's called Sun Gazer. So I'm excited to give that shade a try. And I'm gonna keep everything else kind of in my comfort zone. So I'm gonna start with the shade Nouveau. So I'm not going super grungy today. I'm gonna grab my BK Beauty 202, dipping into the shade Nouveau, which is this color. And oh, I forgot to put on eyeshadow primer. Wait, let's put on primer. I have a busy day today. Makeup's gotta last. Gotta put on some primer. So this is the Kaleidos Tone Activator Primer. You can also use concealer if you don't have an eye primer. I don't have the Milani one, but I always hear people on YouTube saying nice things about that one. So I liked the Ulta. Ulta has one that I like too. This one's actually quite affordable, but I wouldn't order just that from the Kaleidos website. It wouldn't be worth it to pay the shipping. All right, so just sweeping this shade through the crease and pulling gently out. I'm going to pull it underneath in that outer corner. All right, just softly creating that shape. It's pretty. Okay. Same thing on the other side. This color would be a good color for just like a single shadow look. Well, this look isn't going to be too much more difficult than a single shadow look though, so. All right, so just sweeping that underneath. Deepening up in the outer corner on each eye. Softly spreading out. Okay. So there's that. And then I want to dip into this gold color, and I'm going to go in with my finger. If you pick up the shadow with your finger, you'll likely have less fallout because you kind of press it in. So I'm still going to kind of like tap off my finger because I know this palette can produce some fallout. And then I'm going to tap that onto the lid, and then with a clean finger, I'm kind of spreading it out and tapping out the edges. That is very intense glitter. Wow. It's a very Kaleidos-y color. Okay, same thing on the other side. So dipping into that with my finger, pressing into the lid, and then kind of pressing it out with another finger. And just kind of sweeping over the edges. There we go. Oh, I need to finish. I said 15 and we're at 13. I better hurry. I better hurry. Almost up. I'm going to go back in with the Nouveau color and just go back over those edges. And I'm also going to dip into that Nouveau color again and press it just on the outer corner to deepen the outer part. All right, and then lastly, because I'm low on time and I don't have time to do a full lining my eye, I'm gonna grab a smudge brush, go into that same exact color, that same Nouveau color, and just smudge it into the lash line to deepen the lash line just a little bit. And I'm only doing this on the outer half of the eye. It just gives a little bit of definition. Okay, time for brows and mascara. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Wow Brow, just quickly sweeping through. I know I'm running out of time. Running out of time at my arbitrary 15 minutes, but I know people need to get ready fast. How much time do you take to get ready on a regular morning? Leave your answer in the comments. I'm curious. I would take forever if I had forever, but I don't always. So sometimes it's fast and sometimes I take a long time. All right, I am going to go in with black mascara. So this is the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions in the shade Brynn. I want to maximize that definition that I get on my lashes. Gotta make the lashes. Okay, getting that on. Ugh, I love mascara so much. It makes me happy when I put it on. Okay, other eye. Getting one coat on top, then a coat on the bottom lashes. One more on the top. Assessing everything as I do this. All right. Lashes are done. I did get a little bit right here, so I'm just grabbing my smudge brush, and then I'm just kind of deepening the color in that same area on the other side to make sure we match. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick spritz of my Skindinavia setting spray and just gently press with a dry sponge into the skin. All right, and then what I want to do is I want to add, I know I'm going over my time. Okay, you know what, let's keep with Kaleidos. I'm going to add Solar Sailor highlighter to the inner corners of my eye and pulling it in a bit. A bright inner quarter can like add so much to a look. All right, so we've got that bright inner corner now. And then I'm also gonna grab this brush and just put a touch of that on as highlighter as well. Tie everything together. Just fixing up. Okay, I think I'm good to go. So thanks for tuning in. This was look 5 of 8, and the 3 left are my favorite 3 lippies in the collection, so I'm really psyched to do the last 3 looks with this collection, the Kaleidos Flower Punk Collection. Drop in the comments if you picked this up, what you've been creating with it. I'd love to know. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great one. Bye.